Now retrieve the engine cover parts from stage 52, and that would be frames 1, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and the other lateral struts. Now make the part numbers onto the parts, then extract them from frame A from the fret, then mark and remove frames 4, which is D, and 5, which is E, from their fret received with stage 52, and then sand any splinters smooth. Now position the lateral struts and the frame one as shown here. Okay, now we're going to be gluing obviously the front strut and the rear strut before we start adding the other parts. Okay, so get your glue ready and glue these into position. And once you've done that, take your right angle, just place it up against the back like so, also making sure that the front one is also at a right angle, and allow that to thoroughly dry before we start adding the other engine cover support struts. Once that's dried, place the engine cover on top of the engine mount and clamp it down like so, and then fit the remaining struts, with the G strut being the last remainer. Don't forget that only to be glued to the top of the engine cover section. Do not glue the engine cover itself to the rest of the engine. So once you've done that, allow that to dry. Okay, and once it's dry you should have the engine cover that looks like this, with the G with the 2 protruding pins towards the back. Okay. Once that's dried, take your 2 reinforcement frames from stage 51 and just give them a clean up of any of the joins, and then just test fit them along the length of the top of the engine cover. And once you're happy, get your glue ready and glue both of those into position. Now once those dried, take your 2 B frames from the fret from stage 53, and the 2 B frames go either side of the 2 main frames that you glued in earlier, and the C frame goes down the centre. So glue those into position, put that aside and allow that to dry.